Okay, let's talk about this because I love the change she made. And Jenny makes these changes all the time, but she does so for a reason. For example, it was actually Steven in the books who sang Summer Lovin'. Belly calls this dumb behavior. He was making fun of Jer and Belly, insinuating that they'd had their first kiss or something. Jenny changed this in the show for a very potent reason. And that reason was to show us in the show that Jeremiah, even though he heard just hours before from Belly on her birthday, she was afraid that Taylor was gonna come in like a hurricane, steal the show, and make Belly feel bad. He at first did sympathize until Taylor mentioned the guy that took Belly's eyes off you-know-who. That look on his face. And he spent all of Belly's dinner dragging her and Cam. And this was the look on Belly's face. Also here, Jeremiah publicly embarrassed her on her birthday. In the books, it was just Steven and I think they were just on the beach or something. This made all of it so much worse. So let's go back to the bandaid. Belly is shaving her legs and dressing up when deep down she's still hurt. And she looks nothing like herself because she's trying to be what Jeremiah wants. I have way more on this later, but Jeremiah wants her like a Barbie doll, as is symbolized by her stepping into these heels like in the Barbie movie. And you guys, I kid you not, I literally was writing notes last night about Belly being a Barbie doll, and then I saw this scene. Oh, you guys, it all goes back to the very first night when Conrad says, "Don't let my mother make you her little doll," just because she never had a daughter. And there is so much loaded in this statement. This is what it's all about. She never had to dress up, shave her legs, or keep her hair long to truly be known and seen and loved by Conrad. True love. But here she's trying to prove something. She's great. Jer's great. Their relationship is great. You know, it's almost like Macbeth, when Lady Macbeth is like scrubbing her hands like over and over and over again, trying to get them clean. She's like going over and over and over again, but that just makes her bleed. I don't want to spoil my upcoming takes and videos, but this entire episode was calling out all the ways, all the people, all the bad takes and advice that has been projected onto Belly, treating her like she's their Barbie doll. And what the consequences have been and how it's led to this point and this moment and who she's choosing to be. I think this Band-Aid in the show holds so much greater meaning. And it's going to be a parallel, I think, to Conrad's bleeding. Definitely his surfing accident when Belly binds him up. But this is also sending a message that Belly is a walking, bleeding wound, and these band-aids she puts on it only ever make it worse. Conrad is also a walking wound, and I think we'll see that come together. Band-Aid is symbolic. Belly is trying to cover up an open bleeding wound, and this is her real life Band-Aid. Notice the warning sign behind her. That's why Jenny picked please, 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 as Belly is symbolically washing off the sins of Jeremiah. I know I have good judgment. I know I have good taste. It's funny and it's ironic that only I feel that way. And notice how that Band-Aid is so painfully obvious on her leg. It's a really big Band-Aid to choose when you're getting all dressed up for an event. And this goes back to what Taylor said, that everyone knows he cheated. Because it seems like everyone who went on that Cabo trip did. And maybe word has spread by now. These people knew something Belly didn't. And this is a parallel to her family. Belly and Jer think marriage is gonna heal their clear dysfunction, that a ring will patch things up. But it actually makes it even more obvious that something is clearly wrong. And notice the daisies on the Band-Aid. Remember that series I made on Gatsby? Belly and Jer are like Tom and Daisy. And oh my gosh, I'm just making this connection now. When Daisy crashes a car, like Steven gets in a car crash, Daisy cannot take the heat, and she ignores Tom's infidelity. She ignores her love for Gatsby. These two sweep everything under the rug, leave disaster in their wake, and set off into the sunset. The irony. Belly was angry with Taylor for being too loud about Jeremiah cheating, even though she pointed out to Belly, like she pointed out to Jer, that being broken up for 2 or 30 seconds isn't enough time to do these things. Belly said Taylor was being too loud, but Belly is loud and proud about a phony engagement.